They keep asking for help, and we say we'll help anybody, which helps all other competition, but that doesn't bother me.
Welcome to the Ben Taylor podcast. This is the home of marine industry insight. Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Ben Taylor podcast. Today I'm sitting down with Captain Steve to hear a bit about JLS and various different things ongoing. This podcast is brought to you by the Superyacht Services Guide. They have tremendous values around being authentic, trustworthy, and have the Superyacht Services Guide on board many large yachts all around the world. So thank you to them for the sponsorship and our partnership together. So, good to see you, Steve. Nice to meet you.
Very good, Ben. Thank you very much for having me.
You're very welcome.
And thank you very much to Caroline and the team, Tristan, for setting this up. Really appreciate it.
So could you give us some context about what you do, what your experience is, and all that kind of stuff?
Okay, well, JLS Yachts with the trademarks of Superyacht Middle East, Saudi Arabia, and Maldives. Basically, service company. We're here to take care of our customers as best we can. We're the largest superyacht agency in the Middle East. We handle over 95% of all yachts that enter the Gulf. We have opened up offices in Jeddah now to also service that product over there. We've opened Maldives 4 years ago, and we're just trying to make sure that we are stationed wherever our customer goes. We're a crew care company first, and then service for our VVIP customers to make sure we're boots on ground and we can give them the service that JLS is well known for.
And in particular with the Gulf region, I feel like there's a lot of nuances, a lot of differences compared to the Mediterranean or Caribbean, or more typical cruising grounds that are more well established.
Yeah.
I suppose that makes you guys even more valuable. Well, what kind of things come up that are nuances of this region?
When yachts come, really one of the first things we say is, please note that, there's some of our happy customers going for a jump.
It's amazing how frequent it is. It's like every 10 minutes. It's
very good business.
And then the plane lands before they're down. You'll probably see it later on. It's cool.
Exactly.
So go on,
The Middle East, so when a yacht arrives, one of the first things we say is, please understand that you've left the Mediterranean. You're in the Middle East. Things are different. There's a different type of culture here, a different type of way to do business, and it is not well established like in the Mediterranean or in the Caribbean or that. So we ask them to have a little bit of patience. We have come leaps and bounds from when I was here 26 years ago, especially being based in Dubai as our head office. The Dubai government has just been incredible to pick it up. It didn't come immediate. It's taken time, but they've really seen the picture. So we can clear a super yacht in Dubai now in 30 minutes. You can't even do that in the Mediterranean. So things like that we've really got to capture. But there are still other things that are strange. So we just let the crew know that just have that tolerance. You are in the Middle East. There are certain things we can and cannot do, and please try to, show respect and all that type of stuff. As we spread out, we've gone into Saudi, and as you probably know yourself, Saudi was very closed only 5 years ago. So we're asking that country to do a lot. We have to give them a lot of respect and a lot of time, but business there is a lot harder at present. So we're finding that's a bit difficult. Maldives is well established, but we just got to try and bring up the level of service. And then Abu Dhabi is connected obviously with the UAE, although there is two different emirates. So there's different laws and regulations. But we know, because we've been here long enough, local knowledge is strong. We know how to get through most problems. There's always will be some problems, and we just ask the crew to understand.
And how do you communicate that to crew that maybe are new to the area and are coming in? Do you go on board the boat?
Yeah,
there's
always
kind of radio them. How extensive
there's always
is
our
it?
welcoming crew. What we are for JLS, as I said, with the government, we have, for example, on the visas, we brought in basically the VIP visas that we worked with immigration in the UAE. So there's 3 companies that have visa allowances, which are quite large. For example, I have 850 visas on my name as we speak. So basically it's Dubai Maritime City, Dubai Dry Docks is first, Maritime City is second, and then it's JLS third. So we have the trust and belief of the immigration department to issue these visas. So we do all this ahead of time. We also are part of the MACTA system where we pre-register these boats before they arrive. We give them a very detailed and very good pre-arrival documentation, the do's and don'ts and what to expect. My boarding team are all there when the boat arrives. So we're there, we welcome them. We have a nice care package that we give to them. We have such a good response with customs and immigration that they're in the cars waiting, basically pushing each other to get on first. So as I said, the crew just find that's their first awareness. And then we have things like, we have the Compass card, which is a big discounting program for the crew. Dubai is now set up to entice them to stay longer and enjoy. We give good discounts to all that. So they start to realize, you know, there's a couple of things on what you can wear, a couple of things you can not to say and all that type of stuff. But they catch on fairly quick. But we do a fair bit of pre-work before they get here to advise them.
And have you found most crew and visitors of that nature have been perfectly respectable?
Yes, we haven't had...
After that, it's been pretty plain sailing.
We've always had a couple of instances, a couple of silly things that have happened, and obviously, you know, then you've crossed the line, and we try to tell the captains. It's tough for the captains, especially if you've got a big crew, you know, when they go off for their days off and that. But yeah, we've only had a couple of instances. I'd like to say that, you know, if we were having constant instances, then the police would be on top of us, the Coast Guard would be taking away some of our privileges. So, you know, we really go over and above to make sure not only government entities are happy, but the crew understand what they can and cannot do.
And so all I've heard about since arriving, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago, is this region is growing. It's becoming more and more popular.
Incredible.
The bureaucracy is kind of being sorted out. It's incredibly streamlined. You mentioned working with the government is incredibly efficient compared to other governments in the world. Do you agree with that?
Well,
are you seeing that? Are you experiencing
the amount of wealth that's coming? I've had some statistics. I was with Dubai Tourism just on the first day of the show, and some of the statistics they're giving on people that are coming in and the wealth that they're bringing is immense. So, you know, look at this place. The place is jamming. It's really, the only problem is there's construction cranes everywhere, and that's been the same for 26 years. These guys aren't stopping. So this is the emerald jewel, shall we say, of the Gulf, and every now country or town is trying to emulate what Dubai has done. They deserve it. They've worked hard for it, and they get everything. And there's still a long way to go, but we're trying to turn this into a winter destination. We're trying to make sure that all yachts come here. When they come out of Monaco, which is generally the last show, if they turn left, there's a good chance they're coming to us, and if they turn right, they're going to the Caribbean. So good luck to Dubai. They've done exceptionally well, and you know, that is spreading all the way out. We've been in discussions now with Qatar and discussions with Bahrain, and they can feed off this great success of the UAE. And we said, you know, okay, don't try and reinvent
everybody
the wheel.
benefits from it, doesn't it? Because it becomes like a, I think in terms of a cluster of destinations. So once there's a large yacht here,
just catch up.
Don't stay in one place. Like enjoy it for a good amount of time. Stay here, cruise around.
Don't try and reinvent the wheel. Don't be that little hero in the room to say, let's do it different. It's working here now. Make it easy for the crew. Okay, so you know, so that's it.
And so from JLS's point of view, strategically, what kind of things are you focusing on now to make sure you capitalize on that growth and are positioned really nice?
Well, we're very proud to be nominated as one of only 2 agents now for the new NEOM project, which is way at the north, up by the Jordanian border, the giga build they have there. So we'll be opening that office. We're just waiting for direction from NEOM, but we'll have that office open by October of this year. So that's, and because we've got over 1,800 nautical miles of coastline in Saudi, it's just too hard to strike from Jeddah. So I'll split the country from Yanbu south to Jazan and Yanbu north to NEOM. So two offices to operate those and give our customers the best service, because that coast is going to boom. I'll be going up to Aqaba straight after Ramadan, because that Gulf of Aqaba is spectacular. So it's a continuation from Neom, shall we say, up there. So that's going to be exciting. We're in talks now about opening Oman, because that's just another long coast that we do have service there, but we need JLS Super Yacht Middle East boots on the ground. So that's opening. And then the last posting we're looking at is for Sri Lanka. It will be, we're experts in the Red Sea, experts in the Gulf, experts in the Arabian Sea, and experts in Northern Indian Ocean with our Maldivian office. But I just need to get it also in Sri Lanka. So when you're off going to the Far East, we can give you a nice pat, say, good on you, come back, and send them off. So that's our strategic move to get, I've got a young team working for me. As you can see, I'm a bit of an old man, so technology is a bit slow for me. But I got a young team, a great managing director who is re-invited. We've got people like Chris that just doing great marketing for us. So modernizing us, bringing us into this century, and keeping on top of things is something that I'm very proud of my team.
Yeah, and that's something that's refreshing to hear, actually.
Well,
a lot of companies doing things the way they always have, because they always have.
Exactly.
There's always opportunity, and a bit of change. It might be a bit painful at the start, but
it is, especially for me, because
everything's
from the seat of my pants. That's the old days of doing it. Well, these guys just laugh at me now, and I says, well, this is how far we've got. Yeah, exactly. But you guys take over, because this technology is just moving so fast. We have to be on top of it. And as I said, I think my team's doing an excellent job. We've got a long way to go, but it's identified, and then carry on. As my managing director says, Steve, you go out and make a mess and then leave it all for us. And I go, that's the way it should be too. But we try our hardest, and we're well respected in the industry, which proves that something's doing right.
Yeah, no, super. And we're doing this podcast in collaboration with Super Yacht Services Guide. I know you're a bit of a champion of their organisation and what they do. Could you just kind of say a few words about why you're such a fan and why you support it so passionately?
Well, once again, it's from the seat of my pants, old school. I just can't understand why certain things, especially if they're simple tasks, cannot be done. It's not, in the end, there is a bonus for JLS, but the work that we do helps everybody, the yachting community. We lobbied very hard. It was JLS who actually got the 6-month cruising permits. That was all us. It was our graft that we used, that the Dubai government actually
Right, and that was the first movement.
That was the first big move of 6 months, multiple entry, crew renewable. And then we got the 6-month cruising permits. The days when I started here, it was 21 days you couldn't leave the marina, killing the industry. But finally, we convinced the Dubai government, and then, of course, the Abu Dhabi government followed on. So we instigated that. We instigated the 5%, 5 and 5% for yachts that get piggybacked into the country. They're getting penalised with taxes, where if you come on your own bottom, there's no tax implication. So it's more of a challenge to see it work. We have benefited, definitely, being the biggest agency, but it's just something. I'm going through the same thing in Saudi Arabia now, and it's just, they keep asking for help, and we say, we'll help anybody, which helps all other competition, but that doesn't bother me. But just, these are simple things that could leapfrog you ahead of the UAE, or you're going to go through that long slog to get it done when there's no need to get that done. So we're heavily involved with Red Sea Authority, which is the controlling body for that body of water. We're working with human capital in Saudi Arabia, and just trying to, we don't get paid for that, we don't get help with that, but in the end, JLS will be the agency for Saudi Arabia, and we'll get the business. So it's just, you're going to have to still offer your services, for free to help the industry, but in the end, to help my staff and my people. And so I don't mind that, although I must admit, to tell my crew now, I've been doing it for many years, and I'm getting old, and I can see the young ones better come in, because I'm going to say something, I'm going to get in trouble for it. I got to watch myself here. But no, it's just, I suppose it's a challenge. I just don't like to see no. I don't like, there's not a job that I'll ever turn down. We started by just towing boats and small boats and washing boats. We never have strayed away. We are the super yacht experts, but we also do so much other things that are not super yacht. Because don't forget, really, super yachts are seasonal.
Yeah.
You know, my people, they want to be fed every
Yeah,
day,
of course,
every
yeah.
month.
Yeah.
So no use having a season and then no work. So, you know, we're a training school. We're a fully fledged RYA training school. So we teach people. We're big into food provisioning. We're big into logistics. We do a lot of shipping of boats. You know, we do all angles to make sure we don't have a soft spot during our year.
Yeah.
So, you know, we picked about 12, 14 portfolios and we've just happened to be very good at all of them. You know, the start could have been a little bit rough, but we're very, very proud of the stuff they're doing, and there's a lot more to go. You know, so that's we're proud of that.
Okay, super. You are clearly a fountain of knowledge who's got plenty of t-shirts and been there and done a lot of things.
Yeah, my wife's got something to say about that, but we'll leave that on the side, mate.
Yeah. So thank you for coming on the podcast. Thank you for your
Excellent.
insights.
Very good. Thank you very much, mate. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Everybody, if you enjoy content like this, make sure you're following here. We'll see you again on the next episode. For now, that is all.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you.